test how much you're worth. You have walked this path since your birth. You were destined for more. There are those who'll tell you you're wrong. They will try to silence your song, but right here is where you belong. So don't search anymore. You are the dawn of a new day that's waking.
Being vain, real quick, thank you. All right, welcome everyone to Love 101 Media, where we have open conversations about love and healthy relationships. I'm Najieb, and I'm joined by, Jazz today, and Nas, Blue, and Blessed Love. And someone just joined.
Hey!
Hello,
Hi.
how are you? Please introduce yourself however you like.
I'm Taj. The Taj is okay.
All right, Taj, welcome. Thank you for joining. We just started like 2.5 seconds before you came in. So as I said, we're going to read in this book, Trust is Not a Game. We're on chapter 3, which is setting the goal for trust. So are you in a position to read? Would you care to read with us?
I mean, I don't have the book, so.
Actually, bam, now you do.
Ooh.
How about now?
But like, you want me to read the title or?
No, so what we do is normally everybody read one page, and then we just keep a reading order. So I'll read a page, Jazz will read a page, everybody will read a page, and then we'll discuss it.
Sounds cool.
All right, thank you. So let's start with you, Jazz. Start us off.
Chapter 3, Setting the Goal for Trust. What is your purpose? In this chapter, you are going to develop your relationship with trust. What does this mean? This means you must learn what it means to trust yourself. Here is a very important question. Do you trust yourself? In order to recognize trust in others, you need to trust yourself first. Here's a question for you. How do you trust yourself? Now it's time to connect what you learned in the last chapter or last lesson on form and content. And trust, is trust form or content? Trust is content. Trust is the content of love. Love is certainty. Therefore, the following principle follows naturally. Trust principle. Trust is certainty.
I remember you saying that in a conversation before when we talked about what is trust, Jazz, about certainty and how having certainty about what someone's going to say or do, we would like to have that certainty, but we know it's really impossible. So my question is, can you have certainty about form?
Yes.
What can you be certain about with things on the level of form, like time?
Comes from love or fear?
Meaning form, period. Like an appointment you and I may set to meet at 6 o'clock to read. Can we be certain that we'll all be here at 6 o'clock? Or
no?
Okay. So the only thing we can be certain about with form is that it will change, and it is uncertain. So Nas, will you continue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Note, wherever you see the word trust in this manual, you can substitute the words be certain or certainty. Here's a question. Besides inevitable change, is there anything on the level of form that is 100% certain? No, there isn't. There is nothing on the level of form that is totally consistent or that you can be totally certain about. The only thing that is certain about form is that it will change, end, or die. Can you be certain as to when it will change, end, or die? No, you cannot. This leads us to the obvious conclusion. Truth principle. There is nothing on the level of form that you can trust.
Okay, pause right there. Okay, so question. What are some examples of form? Anyone? How about this? I'll make it easy. This video meeting right now, is it form or content?
Form.
Our hair and appearance, is that form or content?
Form.
I see you, Taj. Time, is that form or content?
Form.
Form.
Okay. A relationship, is that form or content?
Form.
Form.
So remember, for form, it'll what? Change, end, or die. So hair, does that change, end, or die?
Yes.
Yeah.
Time, does that change, end, or die?
Yes.
A relationship, does that change, end? Wait a minute, Nas, you said no?
Time?
Time, does it change, end, or die?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
I mean,
Okay.
can time die?
Maybe not die, but does it change?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's our criteria, change, end, or die. So does it change, or does it end, or does it die? If yes to any of these, it's form. So a relationship, can that change or end or die?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And your health, can that change, end, or die?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So all of these things are examples of form. So when we talk, so now let's say some other things like trust. Is that form or content?
Content.
Does trust change, end, or die?
No.
Love, does that change, end, or die?
No.
No.
Okay. Freedom, does that change, end, or die? And I'm talking about not physical freedom like you're in jail. I'm talking about the freedom of you as a being who was created in love. Does your freedom change, end, or die?
No.
No. Okay, thank you. All right, moving right along. Just wanted to take a pause for the truth cause. So where were we at? All right, so there is nothing on the level of form that you can trust. Please continue, Nas.
Because there is nothing on the level of form that is certain. So what can you be certain about? You can be certain about content. Back to our question, do you trust yourself? To answer this question fully, you need to ask another question. Do you mean trust myself on the level of form or the level of content?
Okay, pause for a moment. Thank you, Nas. Blue, are you in a position to read? We're gonna try this. I know the program is gonna try to, crack a lack on your connection, but I don't care. I'm trying to hear from you, Blue. How are you doing?
Okay, I'm okay. I'm just going to listen today because my connection as I'm listening to
Crack-a-lacking?
y'all, I'm walking and
Oh,
stuff, and
okay.
so the connection ain't real. The connection ain't real good yet. So I'm tuning in and I'm gonna listen this time.
Well, you know what? At least it's you messing up the connection this time and not the program. Because usually you be in one spot trying to read and we'll be delayed like Back to the Future, like
Right,
10 minutes.
right.
I'll be like, all right, Blue, time to read. It'll be like 5 minutes later, and like, trust is certainty. And then it'll mess up and you're like, okay, Blue, let's just, and then after 10 minutes, like, what, Naeem? Okay. It's hilarious. All right, so Taj, are you able to read now? Taj had to go.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So you are at this point.
Say the principles. Start with that.
Yes.
Okay. The principles we have covered thus far state trust is certainty, and there's nothing on a level of form that you can trust. Therefore, there's nothing about you on a level of form that you can be certain about. For example, can you trust or be certain that you will wake up the next time you go to sleep, that
No.
you will see your partners again,
No.
or that you will accomplish everything that you set out to do today?
Nope.
No, you cannot. Those are all examples of form. So, if you cannot trust yourself on the level of form, what can you trust about yourself? Keep going.
Yes.
Okay. You can trust your content. You can trust love. You can trust that you come from love. You are love. You were created by love. You can also trust that everyone is the same as you on a level of content. Everyone is love. Everyone was created by love.
Pause for one
There,
moment, Taj. So I'm just going to stop here to say the reason why it's so important. Thank you for reading, by the way. Appreciate it.
no problem.
The reason why it's so important to say this is because we've been told the opposite. So we're saying that you can trust that you are love, you are innocent, you come from love. So you can trust that you can be certain about that. But when we are raised with the ideas and belief that we were born in sin, that we are inherently wrong and corruptible and bad, and we need to be saved, or someone from or something from outside us needs to anoint us, or palm heel strike us in the head in order to, that's what they be doing in the televangelist, right? Like it's a real martial arts move. It's a palm heel strike, like bam, and it gives you a concussion real quick, and you catch the spirit, or a concussion, one of the two. But the thing is, when you've been taught that you are guilty, that you're wrong, that you're not enough, that you need to get straight A's in order to be loved by your parents, that you need to look a certain way, that you need to change your hair, your face, your voice, your accent, your whatever, in order to be accepted, in order to be appreciated, in order to be trusted or not feared, then that is deep, ingrained psychological trauma that has been done to all of us on some level. So to hear these words is important to first hear it, that yes, you are innocent, you are loved, and there's nothing wrong with you, and you are perfect exactly as you are. So I want to say that to each and every one of you. Blessed love, Blu Sky, Taj, Nas, and Jazz, you're all perfect exactly as you are. And Naeem, you too. So thank you. Thank you, Naeem. Appreciate that. All right. So you can continue, Taj. We were here.
Okay.
That looks good. What is that? Hot chocolate?
No, it's raspberry tea.
Oh, raspberry tea. Nice. I want some. Okay.
Therefore, you can trust everyone's natural content, love. And guess what? You can also trust that everyone is programmed. Everyone is programmed to distrust, but programming is unnatural.
Thank you, Taj. And blessed love, I didn't ask if you wanted to read.
Yes, I'll read today.
Okay. Please continue when you're ready.
Me read or?
Yes.
I'm sorry, where are we?
You have been programmed since birth.
Oh, okay, sorry. You may have been programmed since birth, but you weren't born with the program. This is why the key to trust in anyone starts with trust in yourself. Back to our question. So how do you trust yourself? Now we need to take a look at purpose. What is your purpose? Trust in yourself starts with a willingness to look beyond yourself. Ask this question. Do you believe you're here for a higher purpose?
Yes.
Higher purpose meaning beyond your basic survival instincts. Eating, drinking, shelter, comfort, safety, procreation, and territory. There's a part of you that exists and operates beyond all of that. That is the part of you we are speaking of. You were created by love, and love has a higher purpose for your life. You don't have to believe this because it's true. Trust, just trust. And if you are certain about this truth, yet consider believing it. If you aren't certain about this truth yet, consider believing it.
That's important. I'm glad you caught that. Glad you didn't let the program tongue twist you that time.
Knowing that you are here for a higher purpose, how you trust yourself, and therefore how you trust others. You can only put your trust into something that is certain and will not change.
Thank you, blessed love. So
You're
let's
welcome.
look at some of the things that you, hold on, I'm getting tongue twisted. All right, start again. Drink some tea. It's not raspberry, Dodge, but it's ginger. So let's look at some of the things about you that cannot be trusted. Okay. Some of the things about you and everyone that do change. So what are some things that change? Let's see who joined. Are we gonna welcome? All right, Jazz will be off for a while. Carla, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Hey.
joining. Are you listening or reading today, Carla?
Okay, I'll stop stealing and I'll read.
You're innocent. You're
Thank you.
innocent. You are the light of the world. I got people outside my window. Hold on a second. We're gonna gotta continue. All right, so
Sure.
all right. Oh, so let me be ghetto real quick. Hold on a second. I'm in the middle of a meeting. That's right. I love you too. You got the coronis or you good? All right, I'm glad. All right. I'm gonna see you in you here for a minute or what? Yeah, definitely do that. Okay. I wasn't even on mute. I just told you I was ghetto. So. All right, anyway. All right, continuing. So let's look at some of the things about you that cannot be trusted. Some of the things about you and everyone that do change. Things that change and cannot be trusted. Your personality, your body, your health, your finances, your intelligence, your assets. None of these can be trusted. Your relationships, your lifestyle, your career, they all change. These things cannot be trusted because they are all form. They all will eventually change and you cannot have complete certainty about them. So what about you does not change? What about that? Your core essence does not change. Your content does not change. Your content is love and love is trust. Again, our content is love and love is trust. So here are some things about you that you can trust. So we can trust and be certain about what? Trust that you are here for a higher purpose, Carla. Trust that you are meant to be happy, blessed love. Trust that you are innocent, Taj. Trust that you are meant to live a totally fulfilling life, Nas. Trust that you deserve everything, Blue Sky. Trust that you do not intend to attack yourself, Jazz. And trust that everyone in your life is there for a higher purpose, Naeem. So, what's your purpose? Now let's get into how to practically set the goal for trust with yourself. Jazz is not reading right now, so Carla, will you continue, please?
Okay. Set the goal for trust right now with yourself. Here are the instructions. Find a piece of paper. On top of the paper, write the following. Trust declaration. I trust myself totally and completely.
This is something that we're supposed to do. So even if you can do it on your computer or something, then do it. If not, we're gonna take a moment to get a piece of paper and a pen and do this because that's what it's about. I'm gonna get my pen. Okay, so everybody got something to write with or at least type with. So trust declaration.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and bring the screen back up. What are we supposed to be doing here? We're supposed to be saying trust declaration. I trust myself totally and completely. Okay. Is everyone ready to continue? Did everyone write out their trust declaration? This is just the beginning. I know I just kind of, yeah. That's the first thing we're writing. I trust myself totally and completely. This is the trust declaration. We'll take another 30 seconds and then we'll move on. Carla, are you still in a position to read?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna bring it back up. Okay.
Read the
All right.
following example. Start now.
Yes, let's continue.
Mhm. Example of setting the goal for trust. I trust myself totally and completely. I trust that I am here for a higher purpose. I trust that I deserve to be happy. I trust that I am innocent. I trust that I deserve to live a totally fulfilling life. I trust that I deserve everything. I trust that I do not intend to attack myself. I trust that everyone in my life is in my life for a higher purpose, and I dedicate my life to this higher purpose.
You may continue reading.
Okay. After reading that, write down any thoughts that resonate with you. Use this document as your trust declaration. It is your reminder about your purpose. Post that paper somewhere you can see it every day. This is your declaration. Recite it, remember it, and live it.
Thank you. Before we move on, so I'm gonna leave this up here. Let's take 2 minutes to write down any thoughts. You can use this or anything that comes to you in your own trust declaration, and then we'll continue the reading with Nas. So anyone want to throw out something that came up for them in their declaration? I'll say one for me. I trust my innocence. Another one for me is I trust that I'm not responsible for anyone's goddamn feelings. Continue. I trust that a happy outcome to all things is sure.
Amen.
I trust that everything is working out in my favor and in the favor of everyone involved. I trust that I will not encounter an obstacle that I cannot overcome or a problem that I cannot easily solve. I trust that we are all in this group together to heal together. And now, anyone else want to share before we move on? Let me just check who is joining us. My brother. You know you on mute, right?
Master Peace, my brother. I just peeped. I didn't know I was on mute.
Master Peace,
I'm
how
on
you
the
doing?
phone. Yeah, I'm doing well. Just cooking in the kitchen right now, but I knew it was time.
All right.
Yeah,
Thanks
got the
for
headphones
joining.
on. Yeah, you already know, bro. Thanks for having me.
All right, who's that in the background?
That's Mom's.
Mom's. Hey.
Where'd he go? Wait, hold up.
I'm right here.
Hold on, he's right here. You on the
Pin the
headphones?
video. Make me special. I'm here.
Hold on, wait.
Can we see?
Love you.
There you
I'm giving you a big hug.
go.
I got it.
Yay.
Sorry for the distractions, everybody. No, I'm lying. I'm not sorry. I'm really not.
Yes, don't be sorry.
Always time for love.
That's right. Thank you for bringing that love into the group.
Absolutely.
All right. So we just hopefully wrote out something in our trust declaration that we believe is important to remember. Anybody want to share anything that they wrote? It's okay either way, but somebody better say something.
I know, right?
I'll say it.
Let's see.
Okay. Fine. I trust my gut. I trust that you always have a choice. I trust that I am stronger than I think I am.
Ooh.
Those are good ones, Nas. Thank you.
Right.
All right. All right. So let's continue. So you are up to read, Nas. I'm going to put it on the screen. So moving on. And we're at here now that we've covered how to trust yourself.
Now, let's learn how to trust others. Trusting anyone, choose someone to trust. In this section, you will learn how to trust absolutely anyone. The program believes that trusting others is somehow separate from trusting yourself. This is not true. The first step to trusting anyone is trusting yourself. That is why we covered trusting yourself first. For this part of the lesson, you will need to choose someone in your life to apply it to. Important, this part of the lesson does not require their participation, and it's okay either way. We will show you how to apply this lesson with and without a participating partner. Let's start by setting the goal for trust without a participating partner.
Okay, so here are the instructions. So, all right. Taj, are you able to read to continue?
Yes.
Okay, here we are.
Setting the goal to trust. How do you trust anyone? Remember, everyone is the same. Setting the goal to trust anyone is actually the same as setting the goal to trust yourself. All you need to do is apply the trust you have for yourself to someone else. Use the same thought system, curriculum of trust on them. Instruction. Simply think of someone you love dearly. It can be anyone. Decide that they will be the person you will apply this lesson to. You have already thought of them. They will do. Is it they will too, or?
They will do. They will
Okay.
do.
Here's what you can say to set the goal for trust in your relationship with them. Think of the person's name and say to yourself, I trust you, name, totally and completely. Keep going, or?
Yes.
I trust that you are here for a higher purpose. I trust that you deserve to be happy. I trust that you are innocent. I trust that you deserve to live a totally fulfilling life. I trust that you deserve everything. I trust that you do not intend to hurt, attack me in any way. I trust that you are in life for a higher purpose. Simple. Moving on.
Thank you, Taj. So I'm going to let that sit up on the screen for about a minute, and let's just think about that for a second. I'll read it over, but think of that person or people and say, I trust you totally and completely. I trust that you are here for a higher purpose. I trust that you deserve to be happy. I trust that you are innocent. I trust that you deserve to live a totally fulfilling life. I trust that you deserve everything. I trust that you do not intend to hurt or attack me in any way, even though I feel like you hurt me that time. Don't say that part. That was me. That was me being triggered. I trust that you are in my life, in life, for a higher purpose. Yes. All the other stuff, the stuff that's written, that's what we're talking about. All right. Simple. Moving on. Now we're gonna get into setting the goal to trust together. Trust your partner. Before we continue, anyone have any insights or questions to share or ask up to this point? All right.
Trust is not lost and trust is not found.
Trust
is everywhere.
It's always
Always
around.
around.
I thought you was gonna get me. I wrote the book. You almost got me. Almost got me. Yes.
Can you go back actually?
Sure.
Can you go up?
All right. More? Let me know when to stop.
Oh, no, where we just left off.
Oh, you mean this up? Okay, that up.
Yes.
I'm dyslexic, so don't mind. All right, so this part here.
Yes.
Okay, so what we're going to setting the goal to trust together. Blessed love, are you prepared to read?
Yes.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Setting the goal to trust together. Trust your partner. How do you set the goal for trust in your partnerships? If you have a dedicated partner already who is willing to join you in this lesson, read this lesson with them. Speaking of partners, do you remember this manual's definition of partnership? Here's a refresher. Partner definition. Any relationship where two or more people decide to join on a common purpose and a common thought system for their relationship. Again, a partnership is not limited to romantic relationships. You can form a partnership with anyone who is willing to form one with you. You only need to establish two things. One, a common purpose, goal. Two, a common thought system, curriculum. As you learn in Love is Not a Game, a manual for love and relationships, a purpose is a goal, and a thought system is a... This manual offers a curriculum thought system about trust. Therefore, setting the goal for trust means deciding the purpose for trust. On the next page are instructions for how to set the goals for trust with your partner.
Thank you, blessed love. So, can we all agree that since we are here on a common purpose, which is to join in open conversations about healthy relationships, and we're using a common curriculum, which is the book, that we're all partners here in this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So we have no lack of partners right now. There are, how many of us? I think 7 or 8 of us now. So we're good. So now let's continue. I will read. Instructions: have a conversation. Invite your partner or partners to read this lesson with you. We're doing that. You can do it either in person or over the phone. We're doing that. When you reach this part of the lesson together, ask each other the following questions. Do you want to experience trust in our relationship? So that's the question. Anybody here want to experience trust in our relationship? Yes. I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Okay. Will you set the goal for trust with me and with the rest of us in our relationship here? Yes.
Yes.
Will you join me in using the curriculum in this trust manual, the one we're reading right now?
Yes.
Yes.
When you both or all of us answer with a total yes to all those questions, please continue. Anyone that said no, get out of here. Just kidding. Or am I? If either of you do not answer with a total yes to all of these questions, please reread lessons 1 and 2 together if possible. If you still encounter resistance, reread Love is Not a Game. Because it happens, it does happen. I remember I once met a couple who I was talking to them about the books and about love and trust. And it was right when I was writing Trust. And I remember one of them said, yeah, I love you, but I don't trust you. I'm like, wow, that's something to say to somebody. I get where they're coming from. And that inspired me to be more clear about what I meant when I'm talking about trust. Because as we read in earlier chapters, trust is what? Trust is content or form.
Trust is
Is that Emmy?
Content.
And
yeah, that was
and love is also content. So they're the same. So trust is love and love is trust. It's just easier when you look at things as the same, which are actually the same. So continued instructions, trust declaration. Take a piece of paper and write the following on top. Declaration of our purpose. We trust each other totally and completely. That's what we're going to do. Read the following example of a trust declaration, then write your own. If you do not have access to a pen and paper, use text or email. If you are not able to write at all, speak it to each other. Find a way to write it down and share it as soon as possible. This is important. Trust declaration example on the next page. So I'm going to go ahead and utilize the chat room here and take the next few minutes to do that. So hold on a second. Let's say, Jazz, can you read this part? We'll read this part through. This is the example, and then we will chat about this. So please read this part.
We trust each other totally and completely. The purpose of our relationship is to trust each other. We trust that we are both here for a higher purpose. We trust that we both deserve to be happy. We trust that we are both innocent. We trust that we deserve to live totally fulfilling lives. We trust that we deserve everything. We trust that we do not intend to attack or hurt each other in any way. We trust that we are in each other's lives for a higher purpose. We dedicate our relationship to our higher purpose.
Okay, thank you. Now, this is the time where I'm going to transform this into a questionnaire, and we're going to all answer. So this will be the time to get your fingers on your mute buttons to take it off so we can answer these questions. So I'm talking to you, Nas. I'm talking to you, Blessed Love. I'm talking to you, Blu Sky. I'm talking to you, Carla. I'm talking to you, Enoch, and everybody else who can hear me. I'm talking to you, CalySōl. I'm talking to you, Taj, and to myself. So the question, and welcome, CalySōl. We are at our trust declaration with each other. So all of those names, everybody here, we trust each other totally and completely. That's our goal. So the purpose of our relationship is to trust each other. Is everybody good with that? Yes or no?
I'm in agreement.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm in agreement.
We all trust that we are here for a higher purpose. Are we in agreement on that?
Yes.
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 Yeah, absolutely.
We all trust that we deserve to be happy. Do we agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Except Taj.
We trust that we are all innocent. Are we together in that?
Yes.
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 We trust that we all deserve to live totally fulfilling lives. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
We trust that we all deserve, each of us deserves everything. We agree on that.
Yes.
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 Everything good.
Everything good. Yep.
We trust that we do not intend to attack or hurt each other in any way. We good with that?
Yes.
No, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. You too, Enoch?
Well, man, it depends. I don't know. That one time when
Hold
there was.
on. No. Where are you? Because, oh, right, yeah. So,
Yeah.
you good on that?
I mean, I don't know. Are we good on that, my brother?
I asked first. So, I mean,
I mean-
technically we have witnesses here. So I'm just trying to find out from you if when I see you, it's going to be cool.
It's gonna be cool, man. As long as you know what I'm saying.
If you don't start nothing,
It
it
won't be
won't
nothing,
be
you know what I'm
nothing.
saying?
All
And
right, you
it'll
can go
be
back
cool.
on mute
But
for all
look,
I care at this
if you
point.
can't
All right,
stand the
listen.
heat, you gotta get up out the kitchen, you know what I'm
You're
saying?
in the kitchen. You started by saying you were cooking.
Well, actually, now I'm in the dining room, setting the table. So
You know what? My
what's really
kitchen is next to me, so it doesn't count.
Well, you
In
know
any
what,
case.
then? Go ahead. Go ahead. We dragged it.
All right. So, continuing. We all trust that we are in each other's lives for a higher purpose. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
And do we dedicate our relationship to our higher purpose? Yes or no?
Yes.
Dedicate our thought to union.
Amen. So we're good on that. So will you continue, please, Jazz?
Have a conversation about this before you continue. Remember, trust is love, and trust is always a choice. You do not need someone to accept your trust for you to trust them. The purpose of a partnership is for you both to receive the lessons of this trust manual curriculum together. Here are a couple of questions to ask yourself. What happens if the program fear comes up in our relationship? What do I do if I experience distrust at some point? Good questions. Why? Because it will happen.
How about that? All right. Someone who hasn't read. Enoch, are you in a position to read? Or you are across the room somewhere? Okay, never mind. All right, you coming back. Are you?
Yeah, no, I'm still setting the table and whatnot. You're gonna have to skip over me. But I'm here though. I'm listening. I got the headphones in, so I hear you.
Okay, cool. CalySōl, are you in a position to read?
Yes,
No.
I am.
Okay.
What's up real quick?
Who's saying what's up?
It's Yanni.
My brother, hold on, let me see. My brother, what's going on? All is well. All is well.
All is well.
You're eating food. I want some. Okay. Naz, are you in a position to read?
Yeah, I can read.
All right. Let's continue. So the last thing we said is that what happens if the program or fear comes up in our relationship? What do we do if we experience distrust at some point? These are good questions. Why? Because it will happen. And now we're at the top of the page where it says the program.
The program will come up in your relationship, and you will both experience distrust. This is part of the purification process you read about in the preface. How do you handle distrust and fear when it comes up? Have willingness. Have willingness to remember trust, remember the truth, remember the purpose of your relationship, which is to trust. Your purpose is more important than whatever lies the program is telling you about your partner in the moment.
That's important. Not to cut you, just one moment, Naz. Thank you. That's important. Our purpose, what we just said, scrolling back up, I believe this is up or down according to Taj, that these things are more important than what we feel in the moment. The purpose is more important than what the program is telling us in the moment, particularly this one, that we're both innocent. So that's important to remember, that the program is going to say the opposite of this. No, they're guilty, they're wrong, they need to change, and etc. So I just wanted to reflect on that, and you can continue whenever you're ready. Thank you.
Reread your declaration. Read it again and again until you remember the truth about your partner, that they are innocent and so are you. You are not here to attack them, nor are they here to attack you. Remember that you and your partner have a higher purpose to join on. This question may have also crossed your mind. Why do you need to write this declaration about trust? Good question. Here are some questions for you. Do you value trust?
Yes.
Do you want trust in your life and relationships?
Yes.
Do you want to experience trust more consistently?
That one, though, yes.
If you are reading this manual, that means you have answered all these questions in the affirmative. Therefore, declaring and writing down what you value is not too much to ask if you are sincere about it.
Okay, thank you, Naz. Taj, are you prepared to continue at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
If you value having food in your home, you may write a grocery list. If you value trust, okay.
You're right.
If you value if you value trust in your relationship with yourself and others, is it too much to write that down? I feel like that's also the law of attraction. Like writing stuff down and speaking it out, that's just a part of the law of attraction.
Tell us more.
I mean, that's how I was raised. Just if you want something really badly, obviously you have to work for it. But if it's the highest power or God or whatever you believe is planned for you, like, yes, it's going to be set, but you have to work for it and also put it in the universe. So that's what you want.
Okay.
So writing it down, looking at it, or telling someone about it to like make it happen.
Okay. So I have a question.
What's up?
I have both a blue and a black pen, and I mean a red one. Which one do you think would get me a faster response from the universe?
Neither. If you write it down.
I also have a marker. So maybe the marker.
I mean, it's just the action of writing it. I don't think it matters when you use the writing utensil.
So you're saying that this is form and it doesn't matter, but the content of my sincerity about the message is what matters?
Yes.
And that I need to just actually do it to get the results, doesn't matter which pen I use?
I mean, you gotta make sure it's good for you and not for the other person.
I like red, so yes. Okay.
Then yeah, you can use a red marker.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad we got some clarity on that.
Glitter pens are actually far more effective.
And fun, I hear. Okay. So you were here. If you value trust in your relationship with yourself and others, is it too much to write that down? No, it isn't. Please continue.
This takes 5 minutes. Do it. There is no more cause for pause, so do not remain detained. Why? Because trust is not a game.
All right, Taj, bars. Let's go. Okay. And we made it to part 2. So, any thoughts on that? Thank you for sharing that piece about law of attraction. It's important. And I was just messing with you about the pen color, but it is a good point, because have you ever noticed that when you write something down in your own handwriting on a piece of paper with a pen or pencil, it focuses you more than if you're typing it or speaking it sometimes, and that's why I ask people, when's the last time you received a handwritten letter from someone? And when's the last time you wrote a handwritten letter to someone? It's important because you can write the same thing to someone. Hey, I was thinking about you. I miss you. I hope you're well. And you can type that in a text message and send it. And somebody be like, okay. You could put it in an email and send it. They're like, eh. You could say it on a voicemail. They're like, okay. But you write it down on a piece of paper, put it in the mail or in the envelope, or mail it or give it to them. Some reason, maybe it's just me, it feels there's a different level of intention there on that. And it connects in a different way. Handwritten notes and letters to people. And so we're asking to write a handwritten note to ourselves about trust. Do I trust myself? My trust declaration. Post that up on the wall somewhere, right? And also writing to someone else, having a partner that you can do that with. So my request right now is that we just go in the chat box and write something that we want to declare about our relationship here, about trust. So I will start by saying, I trust that everyone here is here because they do. So write whatever you want. It may not be a piece of paper, but it's better than nothing. Take a couple minutes. Oh, it looks like Dr. Special is on. Trust that we are here to heal together. I trust that we are here to learn and grow together. Thank you, Nas. I trust that we are here to grow together. Thank you, CalySōl. Y'all are on the same wavelength. I trust that we are here to learn from one another. Thank you, Nurse Special. The specialness has come in now. I trust that we are here to learn from one another. Trust that we are here for virtual hugs. Thank you, CalySōl. I received those, giving those out, all those virtual hugs. I don't have the cool emojis though. I trust that our time together has made a positive impact on all of our relationships with everyone. Thank you, Naeem. And sometimes, sometimes I know how to spell, other times I don't. So you just have to bear with me. I trust that we are here to learn together. Thank you, Blue. I trust that we are here to make a positive change to this world. Thank you, Taj. Trust that we are here to have fun. I trust that we are here to learn how to truly love. Thank you, Blessed Love. All right. Just saying what's on my heart right now, y'all. Thought it was a safe space. Okay.
Oh, shoot.
I did the same thing to her a few days ago.
Okay.
Raspberry tea.
See, it's a hot commodity, Taj. Trust that I want some of Taj's raspberry tea. Dr. Special says on special, what is this specialness? Dr. Special on special time, okay, says that I trust that we are here to forgive Dr. Special for being late.
Love does not forgive, brother.
That's true. So I don't know if that's the case. Nurse Special says, I don't know. So Carla says, remember, we win. We are waking up. We can't lose. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. And I offer Dr. Special forgiveness. LOL. You got some over there, Dr. Special. So I can't hear you though. I don't know if you look like you were saying something. You probably gotta log out, log back in. Okay.
I said something else and it didn't show up.
That's the specialness trying to block it, Carla. You need to try again.
It's not special enough.
I trust that this lesson will have a lasting impact on our lives. Okay. So that's great. Well, we all offered something. I appreciate that. And I'm going to actually copy this and save it. So how's everybody feeling right now?
Wunderbar.
All right. So we are now at part 2, the recognition of trust, which gives us the tools for training. And what do you say we read through this, just the part 2, which is 3 pages before we go, before we end and go into the next lesson? Is everybody okay with that?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see who's here. Right. So Jazz, can you please begin?
Yes. Part 2, the recognition of trust, tools for training. In this part of the manual, you will learn how to identify and practice trust. This involves a new way of approaching trust. It starts with the understanding that trust is love. Contrary to popular belief, trust is not something you build or destroy. You do not build or destroy love. Trust principle. Trust is a decision. You cannot build or destroy a decision. You either make a decision or you do not make a decision. You may find some decisions more difficult to make than others, such as the decision to trust. The truth is,
Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Okay, cool.
the truth is, it is not really difficult to decide to trust. Trust and trusting is easy. Truth principle. Trust is easy. It only feels difficult to trust when you're listening to the program or fear. Only the program blocks trust, and the journey to overcome those blocks can be difficult, which is exactly why you need tools and training.
Okay, I'll continue. In this part of the manual, actually, Dr. Special, can you continue?
Sure. In this part of the manual, you'll be given tools to make it easier to overcome those blocks. Truth principle. Trust is natural. The way you have been programmed to think about trust is unnatural. It is as if you learned to drink water through your nose with a straw. That hurts. Trust principle. Trust does not hurt. Do you want to know what really hurts? Distrust hurts. Blocking love hurts. Believing the program lies about trust and your partner hurts. Again, the goal of this manual is to teach you how to experience trust in every single relationship, every single person, every single time. This seems like a lofty goal. It might even sound impossible at this point, but
As long as
hey.
I have your love and trust, Dr. Special, nothing else matters. That's all.
But many things can seem impossible without the right vision and the right tools. Why? Because partners set the goals.
We're here.
I'm sorry. But many things can seem impossible without the right vision and the right tools. Flying seemed impossible not so long ago. Now flying is a commonplace. Why? Because partners set goals, had the right vision, and used the right tools. Are you talking about the Wright brothers?
Thank you for noticing my word smithery, Dr. Special.
Now everyone can benefit from the effort of a few. And you don't have to become an aeronautical engineer if you want to experience flight.
Naz, can you continue?
Yeah. You just use what already works when you are willing. It is the same with trust. Trust is a thought system. You don't have to figure out how it works. That work is already done for you. You are reading it right now. All you need to do is experience trust, is to use what already works. Trust your curriculum. What do you have to lose? The right vision, grace. Not only is trust possible, trust is necessary if you are going to live your best life. Truth principle. You deserve everything. In order to live the life of total freedom and trust that you deserve, you will need to use the vision of grace. We will cover grace in Lesson 7.
The right tools, beliefs. Here is a question that will be addressed. How do we emotionally transition from a space of distrust to trust? I don't know, which means you need a bridge. That bridge we will use is called the bridge of belief. The bridge of belief is built from purposeful believing. The purpose of beliefs are to bridge the gap between distrust and trust. We will show you how to build this bridge one brick of belief at a time. Thank you, Naeem. There is only one thing you need to do after the bridge is built. And what is that? Cross it. And that requires willingness. Are you willing? Are we willing?
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
George, I love you.
Thank you, Dr. Special. Our love is special. If so, please continue. And then we will come back next time for lesson 4, the building blocks of belief, which is a powerful lesson. And yes. And Carla said also that I trust that we are all destined to experience God's perfect peace. We can't lose. Amen. Thank you. So that was the chapter on our trust, our setting the goal for trust, writing our trust declaration. And I will offer or request that everyone go from here and find someone that maybe you can read this chapter with and just read through it and do the exercise with them. Talk about it. At least have the conversation. If you don't write anything down, at least have the conversation with them about trusting yourself, trusting others who don't have to participate, and having at least one person in your life that you can say, can we set this goal for trust together? And we have done that in this session. So can we give ourselves a round of applause? Thank you, everybody. Y'all all on mute, so I only hear myself and Dr. Special. And thank you, Nas. And wait. Special claps. Okay, you got to it first. Not special. So with that said, any closing takeaways from this chapter or this lesson today? Anybody?
I like that you were saying how to trust was to just do what works.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
I like that. That was nice and simple.
Thank you. I like to look at it as a cookbook. You don't have to be a master chef, but if a master chef wrote the cookbook and told you exactly what to do, you don't got to go and burn your stuff up every time. Just do what it says.
No. Right.
Taj, you have anything to add?
Yeah, Nas.
No, Taj?
Salsa and chips.
Okay. And Nurse Special, anything?
No, I don't have nothing.
I think it's important to just kind of say that I'm willing to, even if it's uncomfortable, with, say, you just met someone, you want to develop a friendship, to say I'm willing to, I'm open to the idea of developing a trust with this individual, and then to say it like every time, it's definitely going to be a dynamic shift, because you're used to, I don't know this person, they're a stranger, like they can't come into my life. I'm not going to let them in like that. But if you just approach everyone with this same concept of love and light, love and energy, and that's where we're all coming from, it definitely not only changes how you're entering this, but it also changes how they might respond to you. It seems suspicious, like, I don't know.
Stranger danger.
I don't know either.
But I always wonder how we use that word stranger, because like, it's crazy that like we all are here, literally experiencing the exact same thing. Everybody's going through emotional hurt. Everybody going through jobs. Everybody, we literally live in a society where we're experiencing the same thing. But to say someone is estranged is defined as if someone is foreign or someone is from another planet, or someone is like, and at the end of the day, it's like the idea of a stranger is like, is a very conditioned also term that we've all began to use, that I think shouldn't be used as much, because it kind of like takes away the humanity of that person. So, oh, this person's a stranger. But like at the end of the day, like that person is also really just a human being, just like you. And like if we just open ourselves up to each other, then we realize that we all are the same.
Thank you, Dr. Special. And if we think about it, our parents were once strangers, so we wouldn't have been here if strangers didn't make some kind of connection, right? So it is in our best interest to make loving connections with those we call strangers, because I'm sure not everyone on this line has met each other in person, and yet and still we set the goal together. We did something very intimate together, although we are all in different physical places and we don't necessarily know each other as as closely as we can, but it has to start somewhere. So why not here? Why not now? Why not with us? Naeem, that sounds good. So let's sign off. Thank you all for joining. And this has been another episode of Love 101 Media. Trust is Not a Game series. We've been joined by Enoch, Nurse Special, Carla, CalySōl, Taj, Dr. Special, Nas, Blessed Love, Blu Sky, and Naeem Najieb. Until next time, trust is not a game, everybody.
Just how much you're worth, you have walked this.
Trust is not a game.
Just
want to tell y'all, anytime y'all think about trust, you gotta think about trust is not a game.
Okay. You got like 50 seconds, so go ahead and do what you do, Dr. Special.
Are you ready for this?
No.
No, we're not.
Nope.
A wonderful special of